"I'm sorry, sir, your card keeps declining." I remember that date like it was yesterday. It was so embarrassing. There I was standing at the Chipotle register with this girl. She was cute, she was funny, she was smart. Honestly, she was perfect. And I knew I had exactly $22 in my bank account, just enough to take her to Chipotle. Right? But little did I know, my Netflix subscription was set to renew that day. Wah, wah. So now it's down to $9. "Sorry, sir, you don't have enough money." After 3 attempts, my date apologized to the cashier and she paid for our burrito bowls, right? At the end of the day, I leaned in to kiss her goodnight and she stopped me. She said, "I'm sorry, Payton, that this just isn't going to work out." She turned, she walked away. I tried texting her the next day, obviously never got a reply. It wasn't very hard to figure out exactly why. I was stuck in a dead-end retail store, selling my soul for $14 an hour, right? As I slowly turned into the typical 9-to-5 drone. And she knew I was completely miserable, right? No girl wants to date a guy who's going nowhere with their life, barely makes rent every day, and has to choose between a Netflix subscription and a burrito, right? So if I were to guess, that's exactly why I never heard from her again. And anyway, I knew I couldn't go on another day living like that. When I got home that night, for the first time ever, I Googled how to make money online. And I started looking into things like drop shipping and consulting, things like affiliate marketing, MLM, freelancing, marketing agencies, and the typical stuff. But everything I found just created 50 new questions, 50 new problems, 50 new skills that I'd need to learn, which made it really confusing. I'd need to build websites, drive traffic, write content, build products, handle inventory, deal with suppliers, do all of this stuff to get the business off the ground. So after months of searching, I still hadn't found anything that would work for me because I just didn't want to do all that stuff. Maybe you can relate. If you're already working 40 hours a week, then you don't want to add more work to your life, right? You want to be able to remove it. You just want to replace that 9-to-5 ASAP so you can stop living this templated, suffocated, and boring life. And start living a life you design, where you're earning a decent living on your own terms, working where you want, when you want, how much you want. If we're on the same page, I've got good news for you, because you don't need to hustle and grind for the next 2 years just to get your business up and running anymore, right? You can forget about all the back-breaking grunt work, like building websites, marketing yourself, doing customer support, hiring people, firing people, driving traffic, writing content, dealing with needy clients, or doing any business building whatsoever. Like I said before, I just didn't want to do all of that stuff. So instead of starting a business, you may want to try what I did. It was simple. I just learned one high demand skill that put me dead center in a booming $129 billion industry full of wealthy business owners that would stuff my pocket with daily commission checks of $980 or more, simply because I had the one skill they couldn't survive without. That way, I could get all of the things that I wanted, like money, freedom, fulfillment, and all the trappings of the entrepreneurial lifestyle, but I could do it faster without having to build a business, because I was plugging into businesses that already existed. And I could shave off those big daily commission checks for helping them. So what happened? Well, I'm not going to give you some ridiculous claim like you normally hear on these ads and tell you, I made $1 million in 3 days or whatever. But here's what did happen. Within 7 days, I had people lining up to pay me. Within 2 weeks, I started earning $980 commission checks almost daily. And just 21 days after getting started, I looked at my bank account and I saw something insane. I had earned more money in those 3 weeks than I had earned in the last 6 months at my old job. $15,460. Not to mention, I earned those commissions part-time on my own schedule, using nothing but my phone. Now, I know all of this might sound hard to believe right now, but if you're interested, I'm happy to show you step-by-step how I did it, because after doing this full-time for more than 2 years, I started showing other people how to do the same. And believe it or not, more than 1,621 of my students have used this high-demand skill to replace their 9-to-5 in as little as 21 days. So they could earn a stable 6-figure income from anywhere in the world, part-time, like me, and do it using nothing but a phone and a 6-page PDF. So if that sounds good to you, and you want to replace your 9-to-5 within 21 days too, please put everything on hold and just watch this free 23-minute demo that I've recorded for you on the next page, because inside that demo, you'll learn everything you need to know about this thriving multi-billion-dollar industry, why this simple high-demand skill has become so valuable, especially right now, and how I used it to earn $15,460 in my first 2 weeks of getting started. Plus, I'll show you step-by-step how 1,621 of my students have replaced their 9-to-5s in as little as 21 days. So go ahead, click the link below, and I'll see you inside.